Well, hey there, my friend. Welcome to the Creative Shop Talk podcast. I'm your host, Wendy Batten, and I'm so happy you're here. We just wrapped up a week of live coaching inside the Retailer's Inner Circle. We were doing holiday boot camp, we like to call it, and it was so much fun. We did 5 days, just once a day, moving through a different part of the holiday success guide. That's the guide that you can go grab if you want some help being intentional and getting intentional, I should say, about what you want for your business this season. You can go grab that. If you're not a member of the Inner Circle, you can go grab it on your own. It's available as a standalone program. It's a holiday success guide under wendybatten.com/work with me. You can find it there. But we did it live. So if you're a member of my Inner Circle, that sounds so crazy, right? A member of my Inner Circle. But really, if you're a member of the Retailer's Inner Circle program, which is my coaching program, we did it live together. Everybody worked through watched the modules, and then came to a live session where we kind of built momentum. So one of the things that came out of that, well, a couple of things that came out of that were some great wins from our members that I'm going to share with you over the next few episodes, because I think momentum from one person helps another person. And there's so many possibilities, so many opportunities for the fourth quarter. And so many retailers just wait and see. And they're like, oh, it's probably going to be awesome. It's probably going to be good. Or I don't know. So if we don't plan for awesome, awesome is not accidental, as I always love to say. So we want to make sure that you have an incredible fourth quarter. So I really want to encourage you to jump in and do the holiday success guide. If you have not already done it, go do it. If you're a member of the Retailer's Inner Circle, you know what to do. Go get it. Ask in the group. Check out the replays from the live session if you didn't make it, if you were tied up. They're all there for you. I promise. Okay. And if you're not a member of the Inner Circle, you can just go grab that. Okay. That's not the only reason I want you to listen today. I want to talk about one thing that did come up that we talked about actually on the 5th day. And it's not really part of the success guide in itself. So that's why I wanted to pull it out and share it here with you guys here on the podcast. And I want you to listen to me today. Pay attention. Listen carefully. I want you to, I know you're probably busy. You're doing things, whether you're driving in the car or loading or unpacking boxes or whatever it is you're doing, cleaning the studio, whatever it is you're doing. I want you to just pay attention to this episode today, because there's so many opportunities for you ahead. So let's jump into it. We're going to talk today about using this time of the year to future proof. Wow, that's a fun thing for my podcast editors to fix. We are going to use this season to future proof our business. So using Q4 as a leapfrog or a slingshot, or as a jump off point to make things even better for 2026. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to give you some ideas. It's really quick. Next week, I am going to give you actual things that some of our clients are doing right now, marketing things, time-saving things. I'm literally going to list some of these cool things off because it's so fun. So fun? Yeah, so fun. I was going to do it all in one episode, but here we are. So I also need to mention, I am coming to you I'm sitting in my RV right now in my parents' driveway. This sounds really kind of dorky, but I want to tell you a little story about this. So I am such an advocate of you building a business that supports your life and all the crazy things that come into your life. So we have great intentions. We want to be planners. We want to do all the things, but life happens, right? Family needs you, things happen, maybe you get sick, something happens. And I really want to remind you to build a business that works for you. This dream of a retail business that you have built and that you had in your mind and that you've been working at probably for several years. I know I have a lot of listeners that are several years in. This business should be working for you. We cannot be the only architects of our business and the only people running everything in our business. So if you're doing that right now, make sure that you're cross-training your staff, making sure that your business is not wearing you out, So I am here. It was a last minute thing. I had to come up and give my parents a hand. So I'm in that messy middle stage, right? My parents are older. Truth, my mom has dementia. I've mentioned that before on Instagram and a few other places. But so I needed to come up this weekend. So I'm building a business that's allowing me to do this, to be able to leave. I've got a team that's helping me. Hey team, love you. And all these things and making it flexible enough. And I want that for you as well too. Everybody's idea of success is different. This is what I build my business on. I mean, my business is on the business of helping you build a business. It's kind of meta, kind of weird, but I am genuinely wanting you to build these fabulous businesses for your community, for your board of directors. Maybe they're sitting at your kitchen table. I want you to build a strong, happy, healthy business that supports your life. And I see it, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy when I see it happen. I'm so happy when I see retail. I can just think of a lot of our mastermind members from our accelerated mastermind membership. They are building businesses that allow them to travel. And maybe you heard Megan's podcast a couple of weeks ago. I had Megan on, and that was, her whole thing. It was that she was living, she wanted to be able to travel and run this fabulous business for her community and her team. I want that for you too, whatever that is for you, whatever the success thing is. But we just want to not build businesses that are anchoring us, like that are tying us down. We want to build businesses that we're not tethered to. Maybe that's the right way to say it, that we're not tethered to. So there's my spiel on that. And on that note, because I'm in my RV, in my cute little cozy RV, but there's lots of people around and it's really hard to, I'm going to apologize now. I guess if you hear wacky things in the background, that's because my little sign on the door that says podcast studio doesn't mean anything to anybody else. So there we go. Sound might be a little off today. All right. Build a business that you are proud of and that is successful for you. This is my hope for you. And doing that, we want to future-proof your business. So we're going to talk about some of the ways that this holiday season we can think about future-proofing our business. Okay, let's jump in. Running a retail business doesn't have to be so hard. Welcome to the Creative Shop Talk podcast, the go-to podcast for creative shop owners, studio owners, and independent retailers. I'm your host, Wendy Batten, retail business coach and mentor. Each week, I'll share simple, proven business strategies, inspiring stories from fellow retailers, and advice from industry experts. Together, we're going to work to find the success you want from your retail business with more profits in your till and a little more joy in your life. Okay, so when I say future proofing, what I mean is I don't want to see, and I want to encourage you, I guess, what could we do now in this fourth quarter that's helpful to the rest of you, like leapfrogging, springboarding, slingshotting us into 2026. So one of the things that, I've been chatting with some of my clients about, and then of course we talked about it in the inner circle during our live coaching, but some of the things that maybe we want to try, maybe we want to try some new things. This is a good time to try new things because we have new clients. People are trying out your business. This is not new information. I talk about this all the time, but this is your reminder. People are using fourth quarter holiday season to try you out, to give you a shot. First time they've been in, or maybe they're not a regular knitter, but they have a knitter friend and or a family member. And so they're going to be trying out your shop. And this is our opportunity to hook them. See what I did there? But, or maybe they're, they don't spend a lot during the year, but they've spend with somebody else, or maybe they are big spenders and they're just going to try something new. So we have an opportunity that when they're coming in, these new customers, we have an opportunity to grab them and hang on to them. So one of the things that I've shared here on the podcast before is about the peak end rule, meaning how are you, and peak end rule is where people remember, this is a proven thing, so not my thing, where they remember the peak part of their experience with you and then they remember the end. So with all these new customers coming in, what are we doing for these new people who are experiencing your shop for the first time, maybe, to be wowed by you, to have a peak moment. Like, what is the end thing? So just making sure that their experience is good. Lots of different ways that you can acknowledge new customers. You can give them a special little bag stuffer that you have. There's lots of different things I know I've shared before here, but I want you to think about these new customers as being future customers. So we want to get their email if we can, all the things. And again, that's a, whole marketing strategy around that, but I want you to put a marketing strategy into new customers. But also there's an opportunity with new lines, new things, new products that we might want to bring in. So what could you bring in a trial this year? What's something that you've wanted to test out? This is a great time to test out. This is a really good time to, you're like, I always wanted to expand into stationery in my bookstore, or I always wanted to expand into something, stickers. I want to see if stickers sell. I don't know what it is for you, but is there a line, or maybe it's a product line or a category or something different that you want to try as a product line in your shop? This is the time to give it a go. Let's try it. Let's bring it in. So when all the people are spending the money, let's see. And of course, we all know that we have opportunity to, sometimes we make bad buys, and it's okay. We have to experiment. In retail, we're always experimenting. In marketing, we're always experimenting. We're not failing, we're experimenting, right? So let's give it a go. So what other revenue streams could you bring in maybe this year? So we were talking in our groups about some people are bringing in subscription services, or seasonal gift boxes, or something along those lines. Let's give that a go. What new cool partnerships could you align with this year that you could try out? And maybe there's even experience. And I haven't talked a lot about this, but experiences, like creating experiences, as we know, is a big thing in going this year and going into 2026. So maybe this is a great time if this is something you've been thinking about. An experience bundle is, and I call it an experience bundle, but that would be something like a gift certificate for your shop, or a product from your shop that's aligned. Maybe it's with a gift certificate from like a luncheon at a coffee shop or a cafe nearby, and maybe a movie or a show or a knitting class. Something that's like a full experience. So people are wanting to gift experiences. They're not just wanting to buy stuff and gift stuff. So how can you do that? How could you bundle up with other people? It doesn't mean that you're working all year with these, but you could sell this as a product. You buy the gift certificates, you organize the thing, whatever that looks like for you. I think it would be really cool. And I do think that that's an opportunity that a lot of retailers, and I do have some retailers doing that right now, and I think it's going to be that we're experimenting, right? We're giving it a go. We're going to see how it goes, and I'm pretty sure it's going to go great. The other thing that we could do with our, again, collaborations or partnerships that we could try or test out, maybe we're going to bring in a product that we don't normally sell. So maybe you're just sell candles. You're a candle store, you just sell candles, but we're going to try out bringing in a ceramist who makes beautiful candle holders, and we're going to sell that as a thing, like a bundle or a product, the so-and-so ceramist and pick your candle. So it's not something maybe you normally sell. And again, it's going to be individual. You have to think about your brand. Is there a product that you could bring in temporarily that you buy, you test out, you bring in, and you partner with that company? So it, again, might not be something that you sell regularly. Corporate gifts are a great opportunity right now. Again, not new, not something I haven't mentioned, but maybe it's new for you. Maybe we need to get really proactive and start looking for partnerships in corporations. And it doesn't have to be big businesses. It can be small businesses, local businesses who buys gifts for people and gives gifts. And again, like I love to say, corporate gifts, that is huge business for a lot of my clients. I have a lot of clients who do a lot of corporate gifts. They're $400 and $500 gift baskets for their clients who have, $100 gifts. Experiences. If you are a studio owner and you do classes, if you can get in front and find and get in front of the right people and start pitching yourself, It's amazing because, team building, family events, family holiday events. My family prefer to do experiences together. And we don't always just want to go out for dinner, right? We want to go do something really cool, like with my extended family. So what are you offering? How are you getting the word out? What could you do? These are all different things. I mean, these are again around revenue streams, but it is all about seeding future customers, seeding what's going to happen in 2026. My biggest thing is that I don't want you to collapse in January. I see this so often, my friends. I keep seeing this, like retailers just like, whoom, they just make an assumption that they're going to stop everything and everything stops in January. It doesn't have to be that way. Part of this whole future proofing is also making a plan for January. How are you getting people back in January? We want maybe bounce back coupons, creating events that you're promoting and selling in December or November for January. Maybe it is, just even figuring out your product line and what you're going to sell and how you're going to sell it in January. New year, new space. I don't know, whatever your product is, but don't collapse in January. So using the opportunity of, again, future proofing your first quarter from seeding things that are going to happen in fourth quarter. Another thing that future proofing, along the lines of future proofing, and things that I'm seeing some of my clients doing, they're really leveling up their wow and delight. And wow and delight is the fifth part of our sales marketing funnel. It's a mouthful all the time. And you can find out everything about the Sales Accelerator program. We do sell that standalone. It's a on-demand program called my Retail Marketing and Sales Accelerator. And the last part of the Sales Accelerator is wowing and delighting your customers, right? Getting them to become allies and believers and repeat customers and coming back again and again. And that's not done just with a loyalty card. That's done with people actually buying into what you're doing and just loving on them and them loving on you. So how can you do a little bit of extra wow and delight during the holiday seasons? Like what's a little bit different that you can do? And I mean, it can be anything from, I have a client who's, and I know some of you are going to like, what? But just think about it. She's doing handwritten gift tags and throwing them in. She loves writing. It's not calligraphy. Yeah, well, I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty writing. She has these gorgeous tags. She adds handwritten tags into her bags when people buy gifts. It's amazing. So like that's a wow thing, right? She just puts them in there in a little tag, and maybe you're giving candy. It's simple things, like simple, I don't know, mini samples you can do. Maybe you're offering free wrapping on certain weekdays or for, different times. Thinking about how we're wow and delighting in a little bit different way than everybody else. So the free gift wrapping might not be it because maybe everybody else is doing that, but maybe nobody's doing that anymore. I don't know, like in your area. So think about how you can be rememberable. How can you be a little extra? We want to have retail excellence. We do want to sweat the small stuff. We do want to sweat the small stuff when it comes to paying attention to our clients, when it comes to future proofing, when it comes to, hospitality. We do want to sweat the small stuff. I know, we say not to do that, but it is important. It's important to pay attention to micro needs of our customers. When I say that micro needs means we're listening, we're paying attention, we're teaching our staff how to do that. It's future-proofing your business, I will tell you. Some of the stuff, and as I mentioned earlier, retail trends are really for more memorable experience over the stuff. So I really want to encourage you to think about, what are we doing? Again, what is that experience? What are the experiences you can offer in your business, in your studio, in your shop, in your specialty store? What is the experience that you could sell? And maybe it is simply you're going to sell and promote your gift certificates, and you're going to do something really cool, like a really cool card with it, or a small gift that comes with a gift certificate that's fun or cheeky or, brand related, that makes people smile. This is the goal, right? Making people smile and feeling and like that it's a really thoughtful thing. So that's an experience. Might not be an actual experience, but it's an experience if you can make something just not so average. We're not here to be average. We did not wake up this morning to be average. Love to say that every day. So we want to make sure that we're doing as much as we can along along these lines. Another thing, future-proofing QR codes on signs and packaging leading to gift guides. So this sounds kind of, marketing-ish, but the more like we can promote a product, how cool is that? Like again, it's helping our customers understand what else we're doing. Like we're leveled up a little bit. So maybe you have some QR codes that lead to a YouTube video that it shows how to use that product or where it's made, or a gift guide that goes along with all the other things. Like the gift guide might be, the QR code might be near the pen section. And then when they pull that up, they're like, there are these pens and then there's these beautiful journals, because people just don't see everything in our shops anymore, right? Okay, one last little note on future proofing, and that is about using technology, using AI maybe. Like how can we keep our high touch things high touch, the way we serve people, but also try out the AI side of things or technology. So mobile checkouts have been a thing for a few of my clients. So that only when, it's a really busy and, it's a busy day and there's lineups, they actually have a mobile checkup set up with I'm actually, you can't see me right now when I'm using my hand here to pretend it's like an iPad. But anyhow, is that something that might be an issue during really busy, events at your shop? Maybe again, we mentioned the QR codes for gift guides, maybe an AI chatbot. Now, I don't always like those. And we've had those conversations here, you and I, on this podcast here before about chatbots, but they serve a purpose for frequently asked questions. They serve a purpose for certain things, as long as it's obvious that they're an AI chat box, and so people just want answers sometimes, right? So that might be something you want to try out right now, like ManyChat or any of those now. What kind of tech or what kind of support and technology, I guess, could help you so that it saves your energy for hospitality and all those high touch things? Like there are things that can help you. And I have this like whole group of retailers, and if you're listening, I'm about to talk about you. And you're the retailer who's like, absolutely not, no AI, no chat box, no chat GPT. But come on, you're just like, it's here. It's here. So how can we use it to make ourselves better? But listen to me when I say it cannot replace hospitality and service and all of those high touch customer experience things. I have a client also who was kind of against any kind of AI or chatbot, but now it directs people right to, they type in the word that, what they're looking for, because there's a whole generation of people who are looking for you to just be faster and quicker about things. Typing in a word brings it to the website, clicks on the website, they can either have it delivered or they can pick it up in the store. Lots of people love that. If you don't love that, that's you. What does the modern customer want? Your modern customer. What's the different generations that you're trying to attract? What are they looking for? It's not always about us, right? It's about the people we're trying to attract. So this is just information. The last note on maybe technology, or the last thing that I'd love to remind you about future-proofing, is using your data. So looking at your data every week, once a week, looking at our data and saying, who is buying what? Like, who is buying? What are they buying? Who are my top clients? What are my top sellers? What is my average margin? We want to look at this data every week so that we can course correct, so we can acknowledge. Maybe we just want to holy cow, all our old customers who haven't been in like a year all came in last week, and this is so cool. Let's do more of whatever it is we did to invite them in, and let's acknowledge them. Maybe we'll send out an email. This is how we use data to be curious. We use data to stay on top of things. We use data to understand our inventory and what needs to be moved. What do we need to move? So if you're not a data collector or you're not a data looker because you're just too busy being busy, I want to encourage you to take this next 13, 14 weeks, whatever we have left to the end of the year. I want to encourage you to take the information you have and make a date with yourself and say, hey, I'm going to be more ready for every week coming up. And I'm going to be so ready for January when it comes in because I'm paying attention to my inventory and my numbers. So pick a couple of things that you're going to look at every week. There's lots of reasons to do this. It's like wherever you are on your data collection, wherever you are on your retail journey, however many years you've been running a retail business, everybody, we can all get better at these things. We can all future-proof our business. So these are just a few ideas. I don't know. I call them future-proofing because I really think that these will help you sort of stay relevant in 2026 and be on top of things as you're going into the holidays. There's, so many more. We just had great conversations again inside the Retailers Inner Circle, our live coaching week. And again, if you're a member, you can go and see all the replays, but you also have access to the entire holiday success guide, which has promotional ideas for every holiday coming up between now and January. And there's a lot of things like Small Biz Saturdays and all the things. Everything's in there. Thanksgiving and Hanukkah and Christmas and New Year's. We have all these promotional ideas in there, but we also have all step by step, literally step by step. Here's what to do first. Here's what to do second, on how you can be more profitable. And holidays can be so much easier. Again, the myth of that it has to be stressful and complicated, but it can, even if it's not been for the last few years for you, it can be so much better. It can be so much more profitable for you. Planning ahead, front loading, we love it. I have so many fun stories to share. I'll share some more next week with you. Same time, same place. I want to thank you for being here today. Remind you, you can find all of our on-demand workshops. We have pulled out things out of our Retailers Inner Circle program to make them standalone workshops because I'm so wanting you to succeed. As I mentioned earlier, I want you to build this business with what you need. And also, I am doing coaching. I have not done private coaching in Q4 for the last few years, but we are this year. I'm just really seeing a need or hearing a need for it. So I've been taking on a few new clients. If that's something that's of interest for you, reach out. Let's have a chat. No commitment. A chat is not a commitment, right? It's just a conversation. And also, again, the Retailers Inner Circle program, one of the best places you can be. All of my resources are in there, almost all of them. And of course, we have our mastermind members. We have our mastermind open up. The waitlist is open up for the next cohort coming up. So I would love for, if you have an interest in that, if you're looking for a deeper connection with some pretty badasses, you can join us there. We have some great retailers coming into that. We have some great retailers in there doing big things, all running businesses differently, all running businesses like, again, what does success look like for you? And taking your business serious it's really a good thing for you. It's a good thing for your community. And I'm really glad you're here doing that by listening to the podcast. So thank you. Thank you for listening to the Creative Shop Talk podcast. And I'm wishing you an awesome, awesome week ahead. And we'll see you here next week. Thanks, my friend. Well, that's it for this week's episode of the Creative Shop Talk podcast. I'm so glad that you're here to join us this week, and I hope you found value in what we're sharing here. I want to remind you that our website has all of the show notes. You can find it at wendybatten.com/podcast. Everything that you need to hear about today's podcast is there. Also an opportunity if you need to reach out to me. If I can support you in any way whatsoever, please feel free to reach out. So thanks for joining us. Please leave a review, subscribe if you can, and never miss an episode. We hope to see you back here again next week. Thanks, my friend. Have a great week.